Good morning, everybody. My name is Matthew Ross. I'm with Syclo Alliances, and it's my honor and pleasure this morning to introduce to you two friends of Syclo. Venki Gorvid from Coca-Cola Bottling. He's the Director of Mobility, having spent the last 9 years at Coca-Cola Bottling. They are the largest independent bottler in North America and have been working with Syclo for about a year. And Coca-Cola Bottling is a veteran of the mobility space, having worked with mobile technology for the last 25 years. And Karthik Sethi is a managing consultant at Energy4U. Energy4U is an 11-year-old SAP services consultancy. They are based in Germany and now recently an Atos company. They're a valued and trusted partner of Syclo, highly proficient with our agentry platform, constantly pushing the envelope in terms of capabilities. They are certainly have a can-do attitude and an intense focus on customer satisfaction. So I'd like you all to please welcome Venki and Karthik. Karthik, I'll hand off to you.
Thanks, Matt. Good morning, everyone. I hope you guys don't have a hangover from last night. Okay, we have an interesting presentation today. I'd like to first talk about Energy4U, what we are, what we do, and also then highlight some projects we did over the last year and the lessons learned in the end. In the conference, a lot of people asked me two questions related to Energy4U. The first one was, what does Energy4U mean? It's a really funny name. And the second one was, we are hearing about Siemens, Atos, what is the relationship? Energy4U was founded in 2000 by former SAP utilities consultants, 4 of them, and that is why we have the 4 there. And they started off doing utilities consulting, SAP utilities consulting, and that is the U. So it is actually Energy4 as in 4 consultants, 4 founders, and U for utilities. 2 years back, Energy4U was bought by Siemens Information Systems, and just last month, Atos bought Siemens Information Systems. So we were Energy4U, a Siemens business, but soon we will be Energy4U, an Atos business. We still work independently. We'll be still involved in enterprise mobility even in Atos. We still do what we're doing. We still consider ourselves a startup. We have 120 people, mostly working in SAP utilities. 100 of them work for that. But we also have a mobile division inside of Energy4U. We have 18 consultants. All our consultants used to work for SAP Mobile previously. Now they're here with us in Energy4U. So we bring in a lot of SAP experience and also mobility experience. We are an international team. My colleagues live all across the globe. We're doing more than 10 projects this year, and a few more we start later as well. Our vision is to be a one-stop shop for mobile. We are hardware resellers, software resellers, and of course, we also do professional services. I'd like to talk to you a little bit about our portfolio. When we talk about a mobility project, it has a number of parts. The first part is how do you create a job? What is a job and who needs to work on it? So we have the SAP expertise. We can do SAP implementations on PM, ISU, CRM. After you create the jobs, the next part is who should work on it, when should he work on it, and how does he get it? This we call scheduling, dispatching. We do a lot of scheduling work. Products which are fully automated, where you put all the parameters you need, the number of people working on it, their shifts, and it is completely automated. The system generates everything for you, the daily schedules. We also do semi-automated solutions like SAP MRS. If customers don't want this complexity, they want to just manually assign work to users, we also have a manual solution which we've built in-house called Energy4U Dispo Tool. We've deployed this in a number of customers. We made it into a product earlier this year. After the scheduling, of course, the main part is to get it down to the device. Our primary projects we do is with Syclo. We also have I'll do other projects with other platforms as well. We do native mobile implementations. We also do HTML-based implementations as well. Of course, with all of this, something very important is to do mobile device management. We work with Syclo with their mobile device management solution, and we also have expertise in Afaria to do it. Okay. I would like to talk about some projects which we did this year. Our most exciting project this year was with Coca-Cola Consolidated. I would like to introduce Venki Govind into the stage to talk about the project. Venki, thanks a lot for taking time to talk about the project.
So good morning. I want to talk about mobilizing the secret inventory. So when you think about Coca-Cola, you always think about the secret formula. So that's what we mobilized as part of this project. So just a little bit detail on Coca-Cola company. As from the consumer perspective, there is only one company, that's Coca-Cola. But internally, we are organized by the Coca-Cola company based in Atlanta that's focused on manufacturing the secret formula and looking at consumer trends, marketing, and so forth. There are different regions and different countries where all the bottlers who actually take this secret formula, bottle it, and then distribute to the stores and customers. So Coke Company, one of the recent innovations is what you see on the picture. It's a fountain machine called Freestyle. If you haven't tried it, you should. If you walk into McDonald's, you can get a flavor of 6 to 8 drinks from the fountain. This one can dispense about 120 different drinks, and it's about the size of a refrigerator. You can buy it and put it in your home if you want to. So just talking about innovation, this is innovation. There is nothing equivalent to this in the market or from our competition to compete with this in any near future. This is an investment of 10 years of research and investment to come up with a machine of that size to dispense more than 100 products. So who are we? I work for a Coca-Cola bottler based in Charlotte, North Carolina, Coca-Cola Bottling Consolidated. We manufacture and distribute products. We buy the secret syrup from the Coca-Cola company in Atlanta, bottle it, distribute it. We operate across 11 southeastern states. We are the largest independent bottler in North America. We are traded in NASDAQ with the symbol Coke. You would think Coke's symbol belongs to Coke Company, but it's KO, 2 digits, and we are Coke. We manufacture about 160 million cases annually. We produce 300 different products. A lot of people don't know this when they think about Coke. 300 different products, including water, vitamin water, Fuse, and so forth. And we have about 6,000 employees, 5 manufacturing centers across Southeast, 45 distribution centers, and we have been mobilizing for the last 25 plus years. Our delivery drivers always used some type of mobile device to print a ticket to the customer when we deliver Coke products. So a lot of heritage, a lot of history on mobility. So we have a mobile strategy put in place. I want to share one of the key strategies was to adopt a mobile development platform like Syclo For the last 2 days, you heard about all the changes that's happening around mobility. In my terms, mobility is volatile. So to position us better to deliver mobile solutions, we need to partner with some of the experts like Energy4U and Syclo to build and deliver solutions. So if you look at what's happening around the proliferation of operating system, everybody talks about Android today. But if you look inside Google, their core is to enable web operating system. They already published Google Chrome in a laptop. Very soon, there are plans to mobilize the Google Chrome. So what does that mean to Android? Are they going to keep both? So rather than us thinking through all these and what Google is going to do, we want Syclo to strategize and help us so that we can build our skill set on a platform and develop mobile solutions and leave all the industry trends and changes to people like Syclo and work with service partners like Energy4U to help us build applications. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the project. It is one of the complex projects. The secret sauce, if you would call, is not manufactured in one place. The ingredients are manufactured in a highly secured facilities in different places in U.S. One facility does not know what the other person is manufacturing. These all get kitted, if you would call, in and put into a box. So if we are going to manufacture like 3,000 gallons of Coke Classic, 5,000 gallons of Diet Coke, we know how many kits we need to use to produce that many gallons. So we manage an inventory of this secret sauce products. It's not all liquid like most people think. Some of it is powder and so forth. We just add water and sweetener before we mix it and distribute it. So we order so many kits. But when the Coca-Cola company ships it to us, it comes in pots. So think about a kit and then pots inside the kit. So we receive it in pots, and you scan through each pot to find out what kit you received. So if you compare Classic with Diet Coke, there will be most of the pots will be same. There are some unique parts that makes the Diet versus Classic. So as you're scanning through the parts, you need to roll up the right parts into a kit. That's where Energy4U came and helped us. But from the process perspective, we receive in pots. And also, on a daily basis, we do the inventory of these parts and then roll it up to kits because our SAP maintains the inventory in kits. We have a BOM for the kit. We know what's in the kit, but we have to roll it up to kit. So before we done this project, it's all manual process. We receive it, we match it to the PO, and somebody sits in front of SAP screen, puts in the inventory or goods receipt, and that's how we were doing it. So the goal was to automate this process and mobilize it. There is one another requirement. For the reasons that I cannot disclose here, the Coca-Cola company decided to remove any human-readable text from these raw materials. The only thing that you will see on the kit is a barcode. You don't know what it is. I'll also tell you, any truck that's carrying these raw materials, you will not see a single Coke logo. You'll see, if it's carrying a full goods product, it has a nice Coca-Cola logo. Anything that's carrying raw materials, it is kept as a secret. The Coke company goes to extreme measures to make sure it is still a secret. So you'll see a barcode like this. It could be 1D, 2D, and so forth. So you scan it, and then we match it up to SAP. That's when you know, based on the BOM, what that part is. And you scan through the parts, and you decide what that kit is. So this is another requirement that was driving this project also. So we picked our partners. We have been looking around for who is aligned with our strategy, who is aligned with our culture, who can partner with us. When we look for vendors, we don't just look for technology. We have a long heritage for partnership and relationship. So we have been working with Steve Hamilton, who's right there, for more than a year and a half, and then with all the other folks, Whitney and George and Rich and so forth. So we decided to select Syclo as the platform as well as the product partner, and then Energy4U based on some of the experiences. Even though they are based in Germany, we picked Energy4U as a partner. I'll tell you, we don't have very good experience with projects done outside US, except for Energy4U. So what is the project timeline? This is where the wow factor is. The project was initiated in March, and we went live in May. And think about all the complexities I have talked about, part to kit conversion and so forth. All that work is custom configuration and so forth that was done by Energy4U. And the product that Syclo has and how quickly and easily you can configure and customize the product so that you can go live in a short amount of time. Don't want to mislead you. What happened before March 4th is we have done the due diligence of who is going to be our vendor. Like I said, we are working with Steve for more than a year. Who is going to be our partners? Syclo, Energy4U, and what is our product? So all that product selection, vendor selection, all that is happened before March 4th. This is when we said go on March 4th. We had the product, we had the partner ready to go on March 4th. And then we took the product. Energy4U was on site during requirements gathering and design phase. They looked at every process. There is no way they would have done this successfully without watching actually what happens when that truck pulled in and we got all these raw materials coming out of this truck. So they spent days watching all the intricacies around these products and the barcodes and so forth. After the design phase was wrapped up and the build was starting, they have opted to go and build it in Germany. And throughout the build process, there was a lot of collaboration that happened with us. Phone calls, WebEx, email, so forth, which we didn't feel like they are working in Germany and we are here, there's a gap. They've done a pretty good job and followed processes and providing updates and where they are and so forth. Towards the UAT, they were back here on site. We've done the UAT, we've made a few tweaks to the product. And UAT was successful, and we did the pilot on April 25th. So we were actually on production on one plant on April 25th. There was no technical issues. Syclo product worked flawlessly. Energy4U enhancements worked flawlessly. The issues that we faced were around master data, the details in the BOM, which we corrected it during the pilot, and then we went live on May 2nd in all the other production plants. So I just want to share the results and the benefits that Coca-Cola got from this project. The delivery of the solution was on time and on budget from Energy4U. The deliverables were high quality. I'm not just talking about the product quality from all the way throughout the engagement, either with Syclo to get the product or with Energy4U. The experience of going through this project was high quality. And there was an excellent partnership and collaboration throughout the project. Energy4U invested time in learning our business process. Like I said, there is no way they would have understood what we are doing in this secret place without looking at it with the insight and all the minor detail that goes with it. And they handled this part-to-kit conversion very effectively. And the remote development was seamless to us. The benefit that we got was it's a much more simplified process than somebody going around and looking at the kit, obviously assuming there's a readable text, looking around the parts and roll it up to kit and entering it in SAP, versus now they just take the device, go and scan, it rolls up to this kit and goes to SAP. Much simpler process. Above all, this is the key for us, is our business stakeholders are fully satisfied with the project in how we delivered it, how it works today. So overall, it is a highly successful project for us, and it's a great partnership with Syclo as well as with Energy4U. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Venki. Just to recap on Venki said, when we went into the project, we didn't know what to expect. We knew there was a hard stop on May 2nd because of the barcode changes. We went in expecting it to be a standard solution, but after the 2 days of workshop, we realized we had a lot of work to do. We put in our best guys to the project. For us, it was really exciting because it was something new we were doing. I think the more exciting the project, the faster we do it. We also adapted to the US time zone. We always used to exchange mail with Venki's team, and they would reply at 6 p.m. US time, but they still got an immediate response, and they were like, "Aren't you asleep now in Germany? Isn't it night?" Yeah. We changed time zone as well, and it was easier for us to work there. Yeah, and fortunately, when we were on site, we could taste a lot of Coke products. Like Venki said, they have 160 different, 300 different products. Venki, we should do more projects so that every day I can taste something different. Okay, I'll just take you around our other projects as well. So from the US, we moved back to Germany. We did a project with a pharmaceutical company in Germany. The main focus for the project was to find the right device for the users to start using the mobile solution. They have been doing maintenance of their equipment for a long time on paper, and all the users were very comfortable doing that. But the business wanted to make things more efficient, less error-prone, and for them, they thought the most important thing was to find the right mobile device so that everyone adapts to it. They didn't want something bulky because the users were more white-collar workers, but they wanted something a little ruggedized as well so that they can use it for longer. Also, they had a lot of data which they needed to get down to the mobile device. So they wanted a handy device, but also powerful as well. What we chose in the end was Motorola ES400. We were very impressed with the device. It's very fast. It has the latest Windows Mobile Enterprise operating system. And we felt the Syclo UI was a little more magical in the device as well. Because of the new processor, everything was very snappy. The users came back with really positive response. And I think the project has been live for a couple of months now, and everyone's happy from the user standpoint. We move next door to another utilities company in Germany. This project was really, really complicated. They had a lot of requirements. They had a lot of GIS data which they wanted to bring down to a device. Here they didn't mind using a bigger device because they needed more processing power with the GIS data. They wanted to see data better with a bigger screen. They also wanted the GIS solution to talk to the mobile solution, talk to the SAP data, update the SAP data as well. And they wanted a completely automated solution for scheduling. They knew exactly the parameters they wanted to set, and they wanted the system to determine who needs to do when in the most efficient way. They also do a lot of meter replacement, meter maintenance. So they needed scanners, to scan the barcodes in the meters. They wanted photos, to take photos to see if there are any defective products, to take that and put it back to SAP so that someone can look into it. And they also wanted GPS for their users so that they can go there the fastest way based on the traffic and everything else. So we did this is a big project. We did a big workshop, and we finally came up with this. I'm just kidding. Okay, we chose the Panasonic U1. In the utilities company, the users, it was a more aging workforce, a lot of older guys. They wanted everything bigger so that they can work more efficiently. So what we did with Syclo was we changed the UI of the standard product, and we made everything bigger font, bigger buttons, so that it was easier for them to use their fingers to go around. And also the Panasonic U1 has good scanner support, photos, it has GPS integrated, and we could also install the GIS solution. There was no direct integration with Syclo with this GIS tool, but Syclo has an ActiveX component where you can write your own .NET code to talk to any other system. So we used that, which enabled us to talk to the GIS and also read from the GIS solution. And that project's been live since 4 months now. Then we move over to Dubai. This is our third continent project in the third continent we did this year. We did something in the aerospace industry. It was a simple project. They were doing it more to show the users that they can do something in mobility. It was more a PM, plant maintenance related project. So it's maintenance and inspections. They didn't want to invest too much on devices. They wanted to use the devices which the technicians already had. So what we had to do was we had to design screens for various. We use iPhones, we use laptops, we use Windows mobile devices. And I think that's the biggest advantage I see with Syclo. You do all the business logic once, but you only change the screen sets for whichever device they want to use. They also didn't want to invest too much time on a scheduling solution. They wanted to do manual assignments of work. So we used our Energy4U dispatching tool here. This is just a screenshot. They're very comfortable using SAP. They've been using SAP for a long time. So we built our solution in SAP so that it's easier for them to use it. And if you can see here, all the work orders are on the right, and the users are on the left, and they can drag a work order and put it there. They double-click, and they go into the work order detail screen where they can get work order views. They can come back and do the scheduling. And when there are updates from the mobile device, they also have updates here. So here you can see all the open orders, the rejected orders, and the completed orders as well. We also did a POC back in Germany with a manufacturing company. They had a lot of requirements with a lot of integration with different things. One of the keys was we did an RFID integration. At that point of time, the RFID which we're using was not completely compatible with Syclo, but we worked with the Syclo team, the engineering team, and we worked towards we solved all the problems, and in 40 days we showed them the POC with an RFID integration where it reads to the RFID and also gets data from the RFID. And also the customer does maintenance. So when he sees an equipment and there is a problem in some emergency cases, he needs to call back his boss and say, okay, there is an emergency here. So right from the solution, mobile solution, Syclo solution, there was a call button where it went directly to his phone and it called his boss. Okay, those were some of the projects we did over the year. We did a lot more. I can talk to you about projects all day, but I also would like to talk to you about the lessons learned over the last few years working with mobility. Most customers are first time doing mobile projects. They don't really know what the end result should be. They want to move from paper going to a mobile solution. We always keep time for change management. We have workshops, we discuss with the customers how it would look or what it can do, but in the end, after it is ready, they will still tell us, you know what, we might want it a little different. After seeing this, we want something different. So we always keep time for change management. We let them decide if that's the best way they want to change, and Syclo makes it easy for us, to adapt and make changes in the end as well. We always involve the end users because in the end, if you have a great solution and if they don't use it, there's no point of the solution. From the workshops, we involve them, we ask them what they want, and like Venki said, we also go see the processes, how the company works. We talk to the people actually doing in the Coca-Cola, when they do inventory, when they do a goods receipt, what their problems are and how we can solve it better. With UI and the devices, we always let the end users pick. It also brings an excitement to the project, and they're waiting, to get hands-on with the mobile devices and start working. Mobile projects are getting more and more complex, and a lot of requirements are coming in, but we always try to do what is most important. We leave out what is lesser important in the first phase, get something out, get them to start playing with the product, and then in the end also put everything else in second phase or a third phase. I think that really has worked for us. Everyone gets more comfortable working on mobile devices, and this also helps us to get them to understand what is important. What we also do is, when we start working, we have very short sprint cycles. We develop a functionality from the start to the finish, and we already show it to the customer. so that he understands what is there. And for us, it's most important that they give us feedback from the end users, from the customers, if this is what they expect, and we can then adapt to the solution if they're not happy, if they think something else is better. We in Energy4U like to work on the complete solution in the mobile space. We have expertise in all different areas. We like to be the ones responsible to drive the project because we have expertise in it. So we try to get the customer to go with the one partner approach where we do the solution and we partner with Syclo or other companies to bring the full solution to them. Okay, I'm open to questions if anyone has any questions for me. Okay, thanks a lot for your time. Have a great conference ahead.